at the farm, the Hunger Task Force in Franklin.
Yeah, and before we get down and dirty, we've actually taken a step up. So we're on the second floor of the barn here. And before we get to the barn itself, which is a story in itself, this is Sherry with the did I get it right?
Sherry with Hunger Task Force.
You looked at me like I said your name wrong. I was just making sure. Okay. Sherry, the Executive Director of the Hunger Task Force. So what are we looking at? We're in the loft, so we get kind of a nice little overview of this side of the farm. What are we looking at out here?
We're looking at a dogleg of cabbage that we planted over there. So that's agricultural land, but this is all of Milwaukee County's tree nursery. Those trees are grown specifically for the parks, and then what we do is we move those trees to the parks, and then if a tree falls, that wood is returned here to the farm and chopped for the county park lodges.
And of course, the trees, those have been here for 20 years, you were saying, so that is before you guys took over this for the farm itself.
Well, before we took over.
But that's really neat. So the story behind that is the trees that you see in the county parks in Milwaukee come from here. So if one falls during the year, it gets replaced with one of these, right?
Exactly. The farm has been sustaining Milwaukee County for more than 30 years.
Cool. And really quick, I wanted to jump back to yesterday. So you had the Stomp Out Hunger event that we partnered with you guys for. What was the total that came in for that?
$58,000 and counting. We'll go down today and pick up some more food that was left behind at fairgoers.
So about 58,000 pounds of food, which of course is all going to go for good causes, meals to feed those in here. But the sad part is that was actually down from past years, probably like we were talking about, because of the weather from yesterday.
And the weather turned out to be beautiful.
And it turned out, yeah, if you were actually going out there at noon, yeah, it rained on me a little bit in the morning, but noon onward, it was great.
It really was.
But of course, part of that, you know, to help that need is the farm and what you guys are doing here. How much do you guys turn out roughly each year?
We're going to grow about 350,000 pounds of produce here at the farm. That's going to be transported directly to food pantries here in Milwaukee County to help bring nutrition and health to people who are dependent on food pantries.
That seems like it's no drop in the bucket.
It's no drop in the bucket at all. And we'll see that in a little bit.
Cool. Yeah, the cabbage field she was pointing out, that's where we're going with all the down and dirty you guys are so excited about. All right, so now behind us, and we're going to kind of switch out of the daylight into this. This is the barn upstairs. And it is drastically different than, if you've ever been here before, drastically different than then, because it's now completely open! Woo! Well, that was good. That was a cool looking echo. What happened with this barn? It wasn't always this way.
Right. This was a hayloft, literally. And we had a pipe blow back in January, and we ended up moving all of the stuff out, replacing the floor, and so now we're thinking about ideas for the future of this loft. We have lots of volunteers come here. They need a place to sit down and rest. We're talking about whether or not we need a commercial kitchen. Some people have asked us if they can have their wedding here, barn dances.
Yeah.
There could be amazing things happen here.
This is a really big, I mean, I've been to a lot of weddings. This is a very big space.
It could be.
For that.
It could be a lot of fun.
So when are those plans going to be, you know, finished, developed?
It's all about having enough money. So if people want to contribute, they're welcome to do that.
Excellent. So you can donate food for the Hunger Task Force. You can donate to have this area finalized and then have something develop out of that. All good things. Today's all about good causes. Coming up next, though, I'm going to show you how they do some of that good causes. That was poor phrasing. How they actually plant a lot of the plants that grow here. And it's a really interesting machine, so you'll want to see that in action.
Very cool.
It will be very cool.
It'll be cool.
It'll be cool.
Awesome.
Thanks
a lot, Sid.
You probably want to do hockey. It kind of looks like you could do like some street hockey in there.
Yeah, you could do that, sure.
Roller skating.
They call a lot of the old rinks, they call them the old barns. So
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I don't know if that's maybe some of the originals started inside barns. Maybe that's why.
Huh. Interesting.
It would work out perfect.